No, I'm not going to sing them a lullaby. They can sing themselves to sleep. Welcome back. It's about 7:30, 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. So we've got all these ewes in here ready for shearing tomorrow morning. We'll do about 500 tomorrow, so shed's pretty well full upstairs and downstairs. Under the wallboard you can put some more underneath, so they're all plenty of room. Don't need to get them too tight. It's fine tomorrow, so it will finally. So it will, there'll be plenty of dry sheep, which is good. And then we've got some replacement ewe lambs to come in too and get shorn as well, so that'll be good. Oh, George is there as well. Tidied up the wool shed a bit this afternoon. So we'll flick some lights on. One underneath for sure. Take them all on. It's underneath. Yep.
That's heating.
Yep, and that one should be that one. I'll show you the sheep under the bottom. There you go. Bye, ladies. Right, we'll see you bright and early in the morning. Morning. We're shearers have just made a start. Just wait for the first one to come out. Yeah, beautiful day here. A bit dewy, so yeah, the sheep outside will be wet, but they'll dry out pretty quick. And yeah, so now that we've got the shearers all sorted, we'll go and have some breakfast, won't we, Georgia? Come out now, ladies. So these are the ewes for tomorrow. We'll just get them in, empty out a little bit more, and we'll throw them in the shed tonight. Then have a shuffle around the yards here, so they're the ones we just brought in. They need to empty out a wee bit more. These girls down here have been in here all night, so they can go up and head in towards the shed. We've got ones that are shorn over the other side there, and then what I've got to do once I make a bit of room, shift these horses out of the road, is to bring in the ones out of the front paddock here, because they're the culls that we sorted out the other day that are going to Canterbury Park to get sold. Yeah, so we'll throw these up here. Alfie, Reed. And girls. So we've still got some sheep under the shed too, so we need to get them out before these go up, just to make sure that, you know, I don't want them being under there. It's just dust and dirt. So we'll get them out fairly shortly once they've made some more room in the shed. What are we doing now? Horses. Horses, you fellas can go in there. Get outside, Alfie. So there's our 20 cull ewes here. Just going to empty out a wee bit more before the truck comes in a couple of hours time. And Jen's up there putting some sheep in the... Oh, just grab the ones from under the shed first.
Okay.
So that's 20 ewes off to Canterbury Park. So they'll go in there, spend the night, and then they'll get sold in the morning. So that'll be good. Once again, a bit more cash flow. Right, we'll let this down and go and check on the hay that's been baled over there. Just a quick check of these lambs on the raffno here. They're well getting into it, which is great. So we'll just have a bit of a drive by, make sure there's nothing that looks terribly crook. But no, they're yeah, got a taste for it and they were into it, which was great. So got an Oxford Ag out here, the conventional baler, just finally getting to bale some of this. We had it cut probably 10 days ago and then it was nearly ready to go. It got rained on, but yeah, not bad stuff. So it's just all, it is Feast 2 Italian, so no end to fight, good for horses. We've been feeding this stuff to our horses, and then a few other people last year did the same, so it's yeah, pretty popular. So hopefully we've got a guy coming to pick some out of the paddock, otherwise we'll just throw all these in our own shed, yeah, and we can sell them out of there later on. Right, what a bloody circus. So first thing this morning, as the shearers were setting up, they got a call that the third shearer had been arrested on his way to work. So he was driving without a licence or something, and cops pulled him over, and so he's off to court tomorrow, and I don't know. And they thought he might have to go. Wow. He thinks he might be going to jail, so that's not ideal. And the next thing is, sent Genna to Rangura to get some dip all these ewes for lice, and just make sure the fly doesn't get at them again. But yeah, and then so Farmlands didn't have any, Wrightsons didn't have any, there doesn't seem to be any around, so we just let these girls out. They can have a good munch on here, tidy up the yard, and then yeah, they'll just go and on their merry way. So once again, a bit frustrating, but what do you do? Good morning. This is day 3 of this video. Day two of shearing. Yeah, GoPro went flat last night, so we carted about 180 little bales of hay. Stacked half in the shed and then just back the trailer into the shed. So I've got to throw them around today as well. But first things first, before the shearers turn up, got to get the hoggets, or the tudors now, that we shore a month ago I suppose now, with lambs at foot. So got to get them into the yards and tag them, and then they can just join up with these ones that are getting shorn today. So these are hoggets that we shore a couple of weeks ago. Sit Alfie, sit Alfie. They've picked up, yeah, looking really good actually. We weaned them the other day with Dad when he was here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with these girls. So we'll tag them and check them out with the other ones. Okay. Just while I was mentioning Dad, I want to give a big shout out to Dad for coming down, giving us time, helped me get some weaning done and stuff. Got a heck of a lot done in that week. It's awesome that he comes down and helps out like that. So I can't say thank you enough. So I'll show you what we've got going on here. Just tagging all these hoggets, or tudors now. So last year's first lammers, the ones we just weaned the other day. So these are our tags here. They're an all flex flexi tag EID. So they've got a little EID chip in the black point there. Yeah, and all we do is just rip them off this section of 20 and use the applicator there to put a tag in the ear. So hopefully be able to do this without getting my knees broken, or you stay there. These are the last few to do. Boy, ladies, hey, 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 stay. So we just come in from the back, up here, just click, so it just sits like that. And then the reason we do it on the right here is we stand on the right hand side, that side, when we're drafting, so they're in the right there. And then we've also got an EID panel that we can set up on the race wheel there as well for drafting, auto drafting, and then that's on the right hand side as well, so just to make sure that they're all as close as possible to be read by the reader. Right, we'll finish these and then let these girls out with the other ones we've just shorn. So Daniel from Ansco came, pulled out 244, we'll just pull another one out, 243 that are going to go store, so go to another farm further down towards Lake Ellesmere, Christchurch or the coast, and then to finish off. So yeah, that'll help reduce some hours here, give us some cash flow. Yeah, so just pulled out some smaller ones, so this is quite a nice looking line of mixed sex lambs now. So yeah, we've got one shearer battling away in there at the moment. So the other one that we had there this morning was just an old fella who hasn't shorn for a while, so he's just doing a couple of half days to get into the swing of things.
It's hard
so
work.
Joe's in there, he's battling away, yeah. But hopefully, all going well, we'll have the one that got arrested back tomorrow, so we'll see. But yeah, there'll be a few ewes left to do tomorrow, and then we'll be on to replacement ewe lambs. Get them tidied up.
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, keep crutching with my handy piece.
It's gone a bit silly, I think.
So we had them this morning last 3 weeks in the yards.
Yeah.
So end of the second day of shearing, we've got, Jenna's taking the cups back, we've got about 80 odd ewes left to go, and then 400 replacement lambs to do. Yeah, so we crutched up the lambs that are going to go store tomorrow, so I'm still waiting to hear on transport about when they'll actually go. They're out in the holding paddock out the back here, got a bit of grass for the night.
It's not them.
That's not them, no. I need to chase them out. So yeah, about ready to call it quits for today.
What is it, 6:30 at night?
It's nearly 7 o'clock. So yeah, a few long days, but those are the ewes out here that we've shorn. So they're looking pretty good. Yeah, pick out the clover and the good grass out of this paddock because it's too much for the horses, so it'll be good. So there'll be about 1,000 ewes in this mob once we get all the ewes done. And yeah, they'll go over the road, tidy up some grass over there, put a bit of condition on, ready for mating.
And we go again.
Yeah, and we begin again. Right, we'll see you tomorrow. So shearers just having a bit of lunch. They've got an hour and a half to go, which is good. So get them tidied up before kind of 3 o'clock. Found some dip. It's over in Darfield, so I'll go grab that this afternoon for these ewes. We'll bring in later on. But yeah, so I'm just gonna run these lambs through and put some dip on them. So I'll show you the product, and it's just fly and lice repellent pretty much, keep the fly off them. So they should be pretty tidy for a fair while. But they're looking good out of their wool. So that's the stuff we're using there. Yeah, fly and lice, 7-day withholding period for meat, 60 days for shearing, it doesn't matter, and then 35 days for wool, milk, doesn't matter also. Got a ram lamb, you're not meant to be in here. Hey buddy. Load of store lambs off to Ashburton, farm by the sea, to grow out a bit more. So thanks Froze, and then sold through Ansco. So just here waiting for the shearers to finish off their the last few lambs so I can dip them. But thought we'd sit here and talk about prices a wee bit. Thanks for making it this far through the video. It'll probably be a long one, but I think I was going to combine about 4 days into one video. So prices as of last week for 30 to 31 crossbred micron lamb's wool, $2.65. So these lambs wouldn't, well, they might be clipping a kilo of wool, maybe. So our greasy price is $2.65. You take into account that it costs, I don't know, $3 to shear a lamb, something like that, $2.50. I don't actually know the price. And then you've got the rousies hours and the presses hours, and then you have the transport to go in, and then the selling fees, everything else. So for the for lamb's wool, definitely not making any money. Whether we're covering costs or not, probably not. For the crossbred fleece, so we're talking $2.20, $2.50 maybe. So $2.50 a kilo. There costs $3 to shear a ewe. It's actually quite good considering, you know, in the last few years, $2.50. So say it costs $3 to shear a ewe, so say with rousies, hours and meals and ACC and all the other stuff that the shearing gang takes off, it'd be closer to $4 to shear a ewe. So, and then you've got transport to the Christchurch wool store, you have that's the selling fees, so the testing fees that they take off as well. Oh, this is clean price too. So to work out your clean price, normally like a crossbred fleece will yield maybe 74%, something like that. So that means 26% of the fleece is actually grease, dirt, just crap you can't sell. So yeah, so let's say out of 4 kilos there might only be 3 kilos or 3.5 kilos of actually saleable wool. So yeah, certainly not a lot of money in it compared to say when my dad was farming in the earlier days. There was, you know, 50% or 70% of their wool check was made up of their farm income was made up from the wool check. But then, you know, it's all swings and roundabouts, because like the lambs we sent on the truck today, the store lambs, they're worth about $100, just a wee bit less. And then the ewes we sold at Canterbury Park the other day, they weren't in great condition, but they were I think we averaged about $130 for them. So meat price is good, and it is as good as it's kind of been ever, especially for lamb. And wool is poor, just as poor as it's been for a long time. So yeah, a bit frustrating that such an awesome natural product is really undervalued. Yeah, so my dad always talked about the pound for pound. So a pound of wool was worth a pound of money. That was back a long time ago. And I think we worked it out the other day with inflation and the currency change and stuff, and it was worth something ridiculous like $200 and something a kilo. Yeah, but that was when everything was made out of wool and we didn't have the synthetics. So what do you do? Just glad it's not a huge part of our income, really, the wool. So we'll continue to wait for the rest of these lambs to be shorn. Shouldn't be another 20 minutes. So then we'll dip them and can finally get them back on the grass before this rain comes. Alright, that's pretty well shearing done. We're just going to follow these ewe lambs back to the paddock, yeah, and we'll call it a day. So we've got forestry company curls from Springfield turning up tomorrow to start on these trees, pine trees behind me here. So all the wind blown ones from the storm that we had. So if you haven't seen any of the damage for that storm, go back, have a look at some videos there. And yeah, thanks for everyone who has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the button and subscribe. It really helps us out. And yeah, we'll catch you with some forestry action hopefully in the next video.